Hello, 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 hello. Wherever you happen to be located on this celestial planet we humans call Earth, I hope you are having a jolly day, evening, or night, wherever you happen to be located. Once more, welcome to my channel on 3D topics. In this case, I'm using one of the world's greatest 3D packages, and it's free, Blender. And my topics is deals exclusively with Blender. But if you're using some other application, some other 3D application, and you have a curiosity about Blender, please stay. My topic for today is how to make a glass transparently. And I mean simple transparent. It's a lot of ways, a lot of buttons you can click to make it look as realistic as you can. But hey, I'm a low poly person. I ain't worrying about exact transparent glass. I just need it to look good enough. So that's what I'm showing you. How to make the glass look, presentable. If you want to go to more sophisticated stuff, you can. But at least this is a basic introduction. Let me open up my file. Nice. Let me go back to and you see my layout mode. I do have a basic shape. One thing I've done my research, looking at many videos on it. One thing on how to make an object transparent. One thing I don't like about many Blender tutorials that they use that cube, a basic mesh, or Susanna. She's a basic mesh too. Show me a little bit of your artistic skills. Right here, I'm showing you a little bit of my creativity by having a glass, which I'm clicking on right here, a straw right here, and some type of material inside of it. So I got two things, a little demonstration. Let me go to the shader mode. It'll give it a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more kick to it. So now I'm in a shader mode. You see my little straw looks real, almost straw-like. I just used a basic texture on that. Let me click on it. For that straw, I just used the Musgrave texture, and I used the color ramp. Now, if you're new to nodes, don't feel intimidated. I'm not using a bunch of nodes, but I'm just advising you right now, get used to nodes, because nodes are the way of the future. They've been here since Blender. I started with Blender 2.7, 2.76, and they was here then, so I guess they was here for about 5 years or so. And I did my little research on nodes. Nodes are the way of the future. Many applications using nodes, especially like things like Houdini. So I advise you to get used to nodes. So let me jump in with my topic. I'm gonna click on my glass. It has no material, so I'm gonna give it a new material. New. Let me get rid of some of this real estate right here. Let me choose join. Join. I don't need that. Click right here. Join. Alright, so I just have my viewer and then node editor. So they take up the most real estate. Alright, for this, I'm gonna need just a simple 2 nodes. That's it. Not a bunch of them, not 10, not 20, just 2 nodes. Let me hit my Q. No, I don't have my Q key not working here, so I have to choose. But let me hit click right here, add, right click, quick shortcut. I like using the Q key. I don't feel like hitting Shift A. Q. Quick key, and there it is. I'm going to shader. I'm going to choose the renowned mix shader. There it is. I'm going to hit my Q key again. I'm going back to the shader. And we want to use, as it says, transparent. Zap. Have it hooked up to it. Bring it down a little. Hook it up right here. Alright, so it's hooked up. But nothing has happened, because you gotta do some work to this thing. The most of the work coming from the BSDF shader. I'm having that same issue. Nodes keep moving. I wonder if it's a Blender 3 thing. These nodes keep moving around a whole lot. This may be a Blender 3 issue. I don't know. Alright, but anyway, let me zoom into I'm gonna go down here to transmission. Yeah, this may be a Blender 3. It seems like they're making these nodes move around a lot more. Well, I don't like. They might have to fix that. It's good to have your transmission up to 1. You can put it at 10, but realistically, the max value is going to be 1. Alright, so now you see my little thing has changed a little bit. My next step is to come up here and use roughness. See, I don't like that. How things keep moving around a lot. I think this is a Blender 3 issue now. They're gonna have to fix this. My nodes keep moving. They're volatile. I don't like how much they move around. Alright, I'm gonna go down here to let me see if I can move this window. I'll bring this up some, so I don't have to move it around so much. See, look at that. I don't like that. I'm gonna go to roughness. Reduce your roughness. You see, if you can see, it's changing. I don't need to be completely. It's good to have it on 0 if you want to try to make it transparent. But you can see right here, we cannot see my substance inside. It looks reflective. It like it's reflecting that HDR image. Let me go back to my layout. Oh, and I'm gonna click on the EV. Okay, so it's still reflecting that. It's still reflecting that HDR scene. So remember, even when it's transparent, it still may be having some of that HDR material on there. So let's go back to shader. What we have to do, you have to go over here to your material button. The little circle with the little two little pizza slices in it where my mouse at. Click on that. Minimize this. You have to go down to setting. See right now it said blend mode opaque, and it's opaque. I can't see nothing. So you have to choose alpha hash or alpha blend. If I choose alpha hash, see I can see through it, but it got a lot of fireflies. I can see through it, but it's fireflies. So it's best to choose alpha blend. I chose alpha blend. Let's see what happened. There it is. And it should work the same regardless of which mode you're on. I'm on even now. I click on cycles. It still should work. If it works in the Eevee, it should work in cycle, because you know Eevee is a lesser version of cycles. So I'll put it back on the Eevee. Let me click on the render and see how I look. See, my background is just gray for the rendering. And it is rendered like a Blender 3.0. It does render faster. So I'm just going to put it on the normal shader for now. Alright, so there it is. Let me go to the layout. I like the layout routine. See right here, I like that layout routine. Remember, it's really just reflecting that HDR from what I know. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know. And the thing I like about this, I don't have to just make it transparent completely. I can adjust it. Let me go back to my... Let me bring this down. I'm going to go back to the roughness. I can adjust my roughness. Oh, Lord. Let me bring this up. So this stuff in. So this is, like I said, a Blender 3.0 issue. It keeps moving these things out the way. Let me bring them down some. I don't like this. Because I tried it on my Windows version. I thought it was going to be better on my Linux version. I'm using Linux now, but it's no better. So now if I go to my roughness and bring my roughness up, we're going to see it's going to change it to a more of like a plastic material. Let me do my roughness. It's going to be more plastic-like. Let's go back to layout view so you can see it better. And you see, it's still sort of transparent, but it's more of a plastic material now. And you remember, all cups are not completely transparent. Some glasses are made of plastic cups. They got a plastic look to it. And I did that by using roughness. Alright, so I'm basically taking care of the glass. The next thing I want to do is I'm gonna put my roughness back down. I'll say to 1/10. Check out layout. That looks good. And remember, I'm a low poly person. I'm a low poly artist, so I don't need things to look 100% transparent. I don't need that. Low poly, we're not too picky about stuff. So I'm gonna come back on shading. I'm gonna click on my material, and remember, this is what I'm gonna talk about now. Even though the glass is transparent. I think some people may be making this error. They may be making this error. You should also give your liquid some transparency because the stuff inside is a liquid and it's not orange juice. But if you want to make an orange juice, you could, and because orange juice is more opaque. But I'm gonna just say this is like a soda-like material, a soda, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi. So I want to give that some transparency too. So click back on shading, click on this material, and see I'm clicking on my straw. There it is, right there. Let me bring it up. So if I click this, yeah, good. Okay, I can live with that a little bit. If I adjust one and if I adjust one of the nodes, all of them should be adjusted. All right, so I brought that back. So I want to try to make my my liquid transparent. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Hit my Q key, bring in my mix shader right here. Hit my Q key again, bring in my transparent shader. Hook it up. Okay, now I'm gonna go over here and click on my material node, because I have to do this for everything that's separate. You have to keep adjusting. So I have to go back, choose my settings. I think I'm in this, like it's in I got to say it's in cycles. Now that's one more thing. The settings, if you know about cycles and Eevee, the settings and cycles are different from Eevee. But I'm gonna leave it in cycles and see what happens. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna make it transparent because I think cycles is better. Let me see. Increase my transparency. I'm gonna reduce my roughness and see what happens in cycle. Oh yeah, see. Layout view. Let me lift it up and see what happens. Click on this material right here. Yeah, Z. Okay. So I may have to go right back to I'm gonna go back to Eevee. I want to put it back in Eevee. I like that better. And then Eevee, I'm gonna click on material. I'm gonna go to settings. I'm gonna choose alpha blend. Okay, now it looks better. Now I'm in Eevee. I went to Eevee. Now I can make my material look more transparent. So inside, even the glass, now the liquid is transparent. It's flat. The surface is flat. That's a demonstration. I ain't trying to make it look it's a flat. I know what I could have did. I could have tilted it. I should have did that to make it look more realistic. You know, the liquid, because you know the liquid might have a little bit tilt, but it doesn't demonstrate. So it looks transparent. The liquid is transparent. Let me click on my liquid again. Transmission. I want to change my roughness now a little bit. Let me go back to layout mode. I increase my, so it looks, so let me make the roughness high. My liquid roughness, I'm gonna bring it all the way up. Let's see what happens. Click on layout mode so I can see it better. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, so I like that. So that's it, my good people. Our demonstration of making the glass transparent and most liquids in the glass, especially if it's water, Sprite, champagne, etc., Coca-Cola, those substances will also have a layer of transparency, which I don't see. I don't see most people doing 2 layers of transparency. So keep that in mind. Inside your bottle, your drink, that may also be transparent. Thank you for stopping by, good people. Like I always like to say, if you're a new beginner to the world of 3D art, you need a blender. Don't put your head down. Don't give up. I've been running version 3.70, 2.76, but I don't consider myself no professional because I'm an educator by trade. So I just do the Blender as a hobby on the side. I haven't made any fantastic scenes. I made some scenes, but I don't make any major scenes. But I could if I wanted to. So you keep pushing forward, keep learning, and don't stop evolving, increasing your 3D skills. So until the next time, Blender family, 3D family, peace.